Oh, my wife, oh, my husband, oh, they push my button. Oh, my kids, they push my button. My mother pushes my button. Whoever it is, right? They come over because you have an autoplay that they just go, boom. And whenever they say boom, you know how to do it. If you wanted to pop somebody's cork that you know real well, you could pop it anytime you want. Can't you? And it's not because you control it. It's because they've set programming in place that you're aware of. So you know the program. If you say A or do A, you know you're going to get a set response. You're going to get a loving, joyful response, or you're going to get a panicked, freaked out response, or you might get anger and screaming. You can get whatever you want because you know the programming. That's what screws up marriages. You guys know the programming, but you're using the wrong parts of the programming. You should know what gets the loving response and focus on that instead of pushing the other button. Okay? That's the button that's bright red and has a plastic over it and should never be opened. Okay? Some of you are all picturing like baby Groot and saying, don't push that button. He goes, oh, no, don't push that button. Others of you are like, I don't watch those movies. Some of you are freaking out going, Rabbi watches those movies? All you hyper-conservative, freaked out, panicky people, relax. Okay? Now, stop judging. But now understand, I just pushed a button for some people. And I knew, because I had a choice to say it or not, that it might push a button for some people. But I thought the benefit was worth it because it got a chuckle and a smile from everybody that knows what I'm talking about. See, but you need to have that voice like Rocket saying, don't push the button. See, but you don't have a voice. You just sit there and you push the button. The same voice, if you practice and rehearse. By the way, don't just practice and rehearse how they responded. Some of the times you got to practice and rehearse how you could have pushed the button and you did, but you shouldn't have. And you can now see how you can not push the button and do something different. Have that voice in there saying, don't push the button. Let's not go there. You don't have to erupt the situation by going, boop. Oh, but they did to me. Doesn't matter what they did to you. Don't push the button. There's no need to push their button just because they pushed yours. Oh, but that's when the thing gets into a real ugly thing because now both of you are actively pushing each other's buttons and you know exactly how to do it once you've been married a while. Or you've been, with your parents and with your children because you have a relationship that goes for years and you know where all the buttons are. Siblings, parents, children with parents, right? You know where those buttons are. Best friends for years. Oh yeah, you can push a button if you want. But you can also push the good ones. The ones that light them up and make them happy. The ones that make them feel safe and good. So, Roy, the answer is it's a choice, but it's going to take practice when you've had a habit or a programming of wrong choices. Because now you are basically, some of you are so self-sovereign, you hate anything that feels like control, and you don't realize how controlled you are by the programs. Get just as angry about, because you don't like it when I'm as a leader trying to impose what you feel like I'm imposing on you. And I'm not. I never impose on anybody. But you feel like I am. And you get all ODD, right? Opposition defiant, and you don't want to, get that way with your own programming. Recognize that you are programmed and controlled by your emotional responses that are triggered. Why doesn't that bother you, how controlled you are? Oh no, nobody makes me do anything. Yeah, you do. You make you do. You are so programmed and so controlled. You do not have the freedom of choice because the programs are running all the time in the background waiting for a button to be pushed.